Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Power 30. All right, you guys, I'm excited to be hopping in. It is a new year. Um I'm starting to feel like for my family that January was like the test run and I'm going to actually start my new year on February 1st because it has been like it just we were plagued at all five of us at one time. Um and I was just like this like now it's the middle of January. I'm like what is even flipping happening over here? So, I'm like this was the test run. This was the trial period for free. And then we're going to start February 1st going to be brand new. But I am so excited. I love January for the same as many people like but especially in my business it's like we've got new tools, we've got new things, it's a clean slate. I feel like it's a little bit easier or a lot easier to just be like, I'm going to let all the nonsense and the head trash and all the quote unquote failure and the didn't work out and the missed goals. Like, I'm just going to let it go and I'm going to start fresh. Right. So I love that because I just like the clean slate. Let's set new goals. Let's have new intentions. Let's do some things different and let's just move on with it. So I love starting business in January. It's just so like it's like a big deep breath of cool air. And then I mean what Plexus dropped on us for Super Saturday between like the active release and the changes in the reset and then like holy cow the fast start refresh bonus. Like I say this all of the time. I think on every prospect business call I ever have, I'm like, I really hope they don't wake up one day and realize what they pay us. Like, I hope that they just like keep their heads in the sand and they're like, we're just going to keep being super generous and grateful for our field because y'all, this is crazy. Crazy. Like, if you're new and like maybe things just didn't work out in the first month after you added your first person and you got like out of the fast start bonus for this and for that, like, you get a chance to redo it. If you've been around, like, I'm going on my 8th year, like, to be like, "Oh, hey, I'm gonna pay you to grow some new legs on your table." Like, do your best. What? Like, who does that? Who does that? Okay? I don't know. But so I'm just like all kinds of wound up and excited about what Plexus has to offer. I'm so excited to watch you guys just like flip that switch for this year and just really hone in and focus on what you want in your goals. So today I'm going to talk about I'm going to drop if I forget, which probably will happen. If I forget, somebody remind me to drop the full YouTube video in Energy Bus later, okay? I watched this YouTube yesterday. I think super checked out Fraser Brooke, like big in network marketing and um social media. He has a lot of good stuff and it's very applicable and I love it. So I watched this video on Sunday or Monday and I was literally like, I'm getting my butt chewed out right now. Like I'm getting in big trouble. Like I feel like my shirt was wrinkled and he was like smacking me in the face, but I got off like, yes. You know what? Yes. Right? And I was sending it to my teams and I'm like, I am getting reamed right now by this YouTube video and I love it. You have to watch this, right? Like so I'm going to talk to you just about like the 5 things that he focuses on to help us with our social media in like reaching people, but I'm telling you you have to watch the full video. It was like I just loved it. Okay. So when we're talking about reaching out to people and looking for a customer base and growing it, okay, the first thing he says is you have to figure out who you're talking to. And I have heard this 100 million times over. He's like, if you're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one, right? How many times do we see stuff on Facebook and it like really relates to us and we're like, are they actually talking to me? Like, did I do something to them? Because that sounds like me. Like, are they talking about me? Like, that is how we want our network to perceive what we're posting. Okay. So I was like, okay, so for me, it was always like moms. I just talk to moms. That's where I'm at, right? Not specific enough. Okay. Women, let's just talk to it, not specific enough. Okay. What's the age group? Okay. So, and hear me now, hear me now. Not that I would not accept men, not that I would not accept girls in their early 20s. Not that I wouldn't accept women over 55. Okay. I would take anybody as customers. Okay. but I can relate with like very late 20s to early 40s women with kids. I can relate to them. I understand them. I know their pain points. Okay. That's who I'm talking to. If you want to help women through menopause, if you are a divorcee and you're like, listen, I have regained my confidence and rooted my feet in, and Plexus has been the thing that helped me get through my divorce, and I want to be, this is my platform, that's who you're talking to. If you are over 50 and you're like, I don't know what I would do with a 21-year-old if she joined my team. Like, I'm not sure. I would never say no and we would figure it out. But like, there's a lot, like Cheryl Muller and I have this joke that sometimes when I enroll someone, we'll say over 50, right? Especially when I started Plexus, I would text Cheryl and I'd be like, hey, Mama Cheryl, I need you to relate a little bit for me. Right. And she'd be like, oh, I'll relate, Kate. Yeah, I'll relate. And I'm like, in the nicest way, I can't relate in all things health. Like, I appreciate our team and the support because sometimes I need it. Right. So figure out your target audience. Who do you want on your team? What does it look like? And we've heard in the past about like your avatar. What's the perfect person? I'm not really so much talking about that as I am like, who are you reaching out to? If you are just going for anyone, you're not going to get anyone. So think about it, right? Like Michael, okay? Michael, again, will take women, girls in their 20s, like whatever. But like, does Michael really want to work with a 19-year-old girl? What do they have in common? Right? Like, now he's not. Exactly. But like, he's got a very, like, maybe it's, men from 40 to 55 that are vets that, like, what is your mission? Who do you want to help? Because here's the deal. When you hone in on that, it's going to be so much easier to come up with content. You're going to be passionate about it, right? Like, even me, I'm got like my thing honed down to women with kids, late, like 28. And I feel like that's pushing it for me. 28 to like 43 women with kids that are married. Because what does technically a single woman and me have in common right now? Like maybe hobbies, but like, and again, we're not like saying we're not going to sell to everybody. We will, but this is for your focus. Who are you talking to? Who do you want to, Christine? She's like, oh no. Like, who are you talking to? Who do you want to help? All right. So you're going to figure that out. You're going to narrow it down. Then you're going to ask yourself, number 2, what are the pains? What are the pains of this group? Okay. And once you know who you're talking to, little cheat sheet, go to ChatGPT and type in, what are the pains of women between the ages of 28 and 43 that have at least one child and are married? It's going to give you exactly what they're dealing with. So there's no question. Okay. Then it's going to list like, okay, these are the pains. What do I want to help them with? Okay. Then it's going to give you that content. Also, if you tell ChatGPT to put this in a table format, it will put it in a table format for you. So you're going to have the pain, you're going to have the people, the focus, the pain, and then how can I help them? All right. So there's no excuse as to like, I don't know what to post anymore. We literally have computers and aliens telling us what to do. So that's what you can do with that. Okay, so you're gonna figure out like why. Okay, for me, it's like I want them to have more energy to be present and involved in their kids' lives. I want them to have a balanced mood so they can handle the craziness of life without feel like they're losing their marbles, right? I want them to have the confidence to be able to show up every day and be the best darn mom and wife they can be. And I want them to financially be thriving so they can say yes to all the desired opportunities of their life. That is what I'm focusing on. So that's why I want to do this, right? So I'm going to look at the pains, and this time I'm going to start to create the content. Okay. Why do I want to do this at all? Why is this my target audience? I have experienced both sides. I have been the mom without Plexus. Mind you, it was 3 months, I don't ever want to go back to those 3 months again. How I felt in those 3 months, I cannot imagine how someone with 3 kids over the last 8 years, how they have felt like that the whole time. Not doing it. I wish someone would have told me before I had kids what it was kinda gonna be like if I wasn't taking care of myself, okay? All right, now, how? Obviously, how are you gonna do this? Your products, your business, what is the tool? What are you gonna use? What is gonna be, what are you offering them? Okay. That one's kind of self-explanatory. Number 5 is you. Okay. You. You are the gift. You have the gift. You're giving someone a gift. Okay. How many times, and if you have kids, like I feel like I always get nervous sometimes, like you never know what your kids are gonna say, right? And like I come from a divorced family, so, like, holidays and birthdays and like, everything's multiplied by a bajillion, and, like, everybody's giving the kids gifts and all the and I'm just like, somebody's gonna be like, "I already have this." I'm always like, "Oh my gosh." But you know when you're giving gifts to people, it's the intention, right? Somebody might be like, "Oh my gosh, I already have this, but thank you so like, I just love that you knew I was gonna love it." Or, "Hey, like, that's not really I don't really like that flavor, but I'm so happy that you thought of me. Hey, like, this is great. I've been looking for something like this." Like, "Oh my gosh, where did you find this? I feel like this is the You're gonna get those reactions when you give someone a gift. This is the same thing. You are gifting someone the business, the products, an opportunity, a community, and you're going to get those responses. It's not weird and it is okay. Okay. So, those are the 5 things of how you're really going to kind of hone in on like, who am I talking to? What pains am I addressing? And I watched another video, I listened to another video on the way home from drop off this morning, and it's literally like pains, you focus on the pain, focus on the pain, focus on the pain, focus on the pain, focus on the pain. Because we've talked about this before, like, that's where people live in their heads. It's like, what they're struggling with, what is hard, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't seem to get this, I can't seem to get like, you wanna focus on the pain and then provide the solution. Don't just, everything is, rainbows and sunshine and this and that, like, you wanna be human, and people are gonna be like, "Okay, she's got something I need," like, they're scrolling your feed and you're like, "Wow, like, Rachel really wants to talk about inflammation." Like, my goodness, this girl wants to talk about inflammation, and then they go to get their nails done, and the girl's like, "I'm just struggling so much, I'm so puffy, I don't know how to get rid of my inflammation." They're like, "Girl, you should go follow Rachel. She wants everybody to lose her inflammation," right? Like, no, no joke. That's like, I'm selling E's product. Like, yeah, I want you to lose your inflammation. That's what I do, right? So you want to focus on those pains and really like kind of become like we always say, like, you want to be the plexus guy, you want to be the plexus girl. Like, I am that person. But you want to be so consistent with it that when it pops up, they're like, "Oh, that oh, you have arthritis? Like, there's this girl that, like, you should follow her. Check her stuff out. Let me share you her thing." I think a lot of times, and I get caught up in this too, that like we look at people that have done social media really well for a long time, or let's just be honest, they probably have assistants that do a lot of it for them at this point, right? We look at their platforms and we're like, I don't even know how to make my Instagram look like that. How do they have all the time to do all of this? What, like, listen, consistency is everything. That's everything, right? So talk about the pains, then provide the solutions. Always put call to actions in your posts. Share this with a friend. Follow me for more. Heart this, like you guys have been doing. Heart this post if you want more information. Comment below for the recipe. Like, always put something in there. Um, Something else that he talks about greatly on the video I'm going to share. I kind of thought about just playing the video for the whole half hour, but I was like, I don't really know. You guys can watch it on your own time. Is which for me, this was like the wrinkle in my shirt and get my face kind of thing, was the accountability, taking accountability. Like, this is your baby. And for me, like, I've been here for 8, going on my 8th year. It takes a team. It does. It takes a team. But I've been very, very, what's the word? Convicted of like, I need to take responsibility that this is on me. And this is something that he shares, and I'm like, probably gonna write it on my bathroom mirror. He was like, blame. right? We get to the point where like things aren't going like this. People aren't joining. People aren't this. They're not ordering. They dropped off, blah, 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 blah. I wanted to be this by this time, right? And there's blame. We're always going to blame somebody, the company, the product, the incentive. Like blame it's going to happen. I don't care who you are. You're going to blame someone, and it's usually not yourself. And he says blame, BLAME, is blah me. He said, every time you go to blame somebody, it's like, blah me, blah me. He's like, it's on you. And I'm like, you know what? He is so right. And like, there's a lot of times where like, I just have to figure it out. Like, I just need to get a new team. I just need to find a new leg. I know I need to do this. But like to really sit and listen, like, why are you blaming other people? It goes back to, Brooke Hemingway and Melissa Eichenhorst and Emily Roberts. They have the same comp plan. They have the same products. They have the same platforms. What is the difference? Right? And it's on me. If I'm not happy with where I want to be, it doesn't matter that I need another 250 points, or I need 500 points, or I need 50 more points. Like, okay. And yes, it helps when there's other people working with you, but guess what? It's on you to go find them. And this is the entrepreneurial part that no one likes. I know somebody in business, and a lot of times they're like, the employees are like, they just don't get it. They don't care. They don't care. They don't understand. They don't care. And I'm like, okay. So I was in the hair salon, like my family has a hair salon. Like I've been in this. It is not their job as an employee to care. They show up, they walk in the door, they do their job, they go the heck home. That is the benefit of being an employee. There's also a lot of benefits of being the business owner, being the entrepreneur. Pick your poison. If you don't want to take ownership, just like Michael said, if you don't want to take ownership and you don't want to be held accountable, maybe entrepreneurship is not for you. But if you want to be laying on the beaches of Hawaii, you want to have endless amounts of vacation time, you want to have financial freedom. We throw that around all the time. You want all these things. You're going to have to be an entrepreneur. Because guess what? The employees that have all that are entrepreneurs of other things, real estate, side businesses, right? Being an employee is not going to make you rich. Okay. You're not going to have the benefits of being an entrepreneur. Being the entrepreneur is truly that saying of like, do what other people aren't willing to do so you can have what other people aren't willing to have. Like, that is it. It is on you. And here's the deal. Like, the reality is we're like, okay, yeah. If you had to show up and take a loan for $20,000 to start this business, immediately you're like, oh gosh, that mortgage is coming in. Guess what? That's accountability. You have to show up now, right? You have that push of accountability. So here's what our push of accountability is as entrepreneurs that most of us, I think I paid $39.95 just to get started off of the bat. So, I'm just saying $10 and $1, like, come on now. You're paying $1. You might have paid $9.95 to be an entrepreneur, to have the keys to your business. You can make it whatever you want. If you want it to be $1 billion business in the next 20 years, go for it. You want to make $10,000 a year, go for it. Make it what you want, but it's on you. I don't care that and like, y'all, I'm talking to myself. I don't care that you're level 1, just got abducted by aliens, and you're like, what the heck happened? If she would just get her stuff together, if he would just get his stuff together, if they would just figure out what they want. Listen, preaching to myself here, okay? 8 years. This has happened over and over and over. Like, it's easy to say that. But you know what? When I started 8 years ago, I had to go silver. And I think that's like part of the reason I'm so excited about these restart things. And it looks different for Jules, but I'm still in the mindset of like, I need to go silver. Like, where's the fire? Where's the passion to find 3 people? I need 3 people. Where am I going? What am I doing? Who am I talking to? What event am I hosting? How do I find these people? fun, that fire, that passion. You're starting your business all over again. Your table's about to get more legs. It's going to be more stable, but it's on us. It's nobody else's fault. Because here's the deal. Listen, y'all, here's the deal. Well, this happened. I got up with the kids. Okay. None of us on here worked 24 hours yesterday. Okay. None of us did. I don't even need to ask you. No one worked 24 hours. So until you're working 24 hours a day, can we honestly say I don't have time? No. Sacrifice sleep. I mean, it sounds ridiculous. I understand. And I love sleep. Okay. But that's the point we have to get to as an entrepreneur, to like, I'm taking ownership. I will bet. I want to share this with you too, because I will bet if everybody on here was going for Emerald and tonight was January 30th, I bet that you would be willing to get up earlier and stay up later to hit Emerald. I was on a call one time, and I think for some reason, I think it was Keith Callahan, but I could be totally wrong on that. Anyway, they were asking like, oh, where's so-and-so? And they said, it was Keith. They said, oh, she is a girl going for Emerald. They've been up since 3 a.m. because today is the last day of the month. Now, I'm going to be really honest. I am a jewel. I've been here for 8 years. It never occurred to me that on the last day of the month, I should probably get up in the middle of the night to add more hours to my day. Never occurred to me. Never occurred to me that we could get up at 2:30 in the morning on the day of a rank up and get an extra 4 or 5 hours in. I was like, whoa. And why? Because I didn't want to see that solution. I like sleep, right? But like, what are you willing to do to get to where you want to be? Are you going to just blame? Blah me, blah me. Oh, it's a comp plan. Nobody's buying. Nobody's consistent. I have this. I have kids. I have a job. This is entrepreneurship. And it comes down to, what are you willing to do for what you say you want? This business is not easy, guys. Okay. It's not easy. It's really not. There's a lot of mental hurdles. You know, it's a lot easier to just go to a job and get your punch list and be like, ba-doop, 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 doop, signed into my computer, signed out of my computer, my punch list is done. Great, cool. But you're missing a lot of benefits, right? And you're here for things that a typical 9-to-5 probably can't give you. But you can't come here with a typical 9-to-5 mentality and think that it's just going to happen. So I want to encourage you guys, and I'm really, 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 really focusing on this myself. Take accountability. If I don't like it, I will change it. I'm not going to blah me to anyone else. It's on me. And think about that. Like, is there any other control freaks on here? I'm a control freak. Any other control freaks? Rachel? Stephanie? Lisa? Most of the women said, ha, me. Yeah. So, Christine, I saw that. No. So think about it. Okay. We are control freaks. Okay. I am. I should be happy that at any point I could change my mind, get into action, and take control of my business. Somebody's not doing something that I like. We aren't growing by enough people. Okay. I got this. I got this. Okay. I don't know if you play sports, but like, or you watch sports or whatever. Jen will get this. Michael will get this. Like, when there's so many seconds left on a clock, I don't care what you're playing, basketball, soccer, hockey. There is a play drawn up to get the puck, the ball, football, in somebody's hands. There is a play drawn up. We've got X amount of time left. We are going to get the ball in so-and-so's hands. Okay. You have X amount of time. Get the ball in your hands. If we were in a game and it was down to the last minute and it was for $1 million, are you really going to put the ball in somebody else's hand? Or are you going to be like, I got this? I'd rather bet on myself and lose than put it in somebody else's hands and I'm like, oh dear God, I hope it goes in. Bet on myself, because you know what? It's on me. I can control it. I'd rather miss that last shot and know like I did everything that I could. But you have to put it on you for that to happen. So, who is with me in 2025 taking accountability and ownership for your business? We're not going to blah me. Blah me. Blah me. Okay? You're going to remember.
Yeah.
Yes. Sean says, hell yeah, I'm with you. I'm going to drop the full video from Fraser Books in the chat. From him in the chat. I want you to watch it, listen to it, whatever. It is so good. It is so good. If something really sticks out to you, shoot me a message, because sometimes when we watch stuff and we kind of regurgitate it, we retain it a little bit better. It'll just kind of sink in a little bit more. So if you watch it and you're like, oh my gosh, this stuck out to me, send me a message. I want to know. I am super excited for you guys for 2025. I know we are going to see massive growth, changes, and just bring the fun and the excitement back. And I just want to encourage you guys to go silver. Find 3 people. I don't care if you were silver before. I don't care. Like find 3 people, go silver. I joked with my team last night that when we hit rank ups, I'm probably going to forget what rank up you're actually going for, because I'm going to celebrate all the new little ranks that you hit again, because I'm just so excited about it. So get excited, go silver. We're going to celebrate it like it never happened. I love you guys. Happy Wednesday. Let's rock out the rest of the month. Bye, guys.